Hello, welcome to your latest update for Scotland, where we have a number of weather warnings in place in the run-up to Christmas. Snow and ice, the biggest cause for concern in the shorter term. Snow warning remains in place across Shetland. But as we go through Friday night, this band of wet weather moving up across the northeast is likely to generate some snow, quite a lot over some hills. But even at lower levels, we could easily see some building up, particularly through Caithness, parts of northern Aberdeenshire as we head into Saturday morning. That is likely to cause some disruption. Then further west, the rain sets in, and once it's set in here, it will last for much of Saturday. So that is also potentially going to cause some disruption. So we have a Met Office yellow warning in place here as the winds also start to pick up. You can see the boundary between the cold air in the northeast and the milder air as that wet weather pushes in. It will be a mild night across central and southern parts, but frost likely further north, and the cold air lingering here into the morning means we are still likely to see some snow falling into Saturday morning across the far northeast of the mainland, and perhaps Orkney too, whereas elsewhere it'll be just a wet old start with the heaviest rain in the west. Not a great day to be in the Highlands on Saturday as the rain keeps on coming down. It'll be sleety over the hills as well with a strong wind. The snow does ease in the northeast, but it stays pretty damp. Parts of the east coast may be a little drier, and the borders too may just stay cloudy and predominantly dry. But for many, it's a pretty grim day. Not a great day to be out on the road. A lot of spray and surface water around, and actually still quite mild across the south and the west. Double digits, but further north and the east, it depends how quickly we get rid of that colder air. Eventually temperatures will be struggling up, but for most of the day I suspect it'll feel pretty cold, particularly in the wind and the snow that turns into rain. And the rain will continue into the evening, but the heavier rain, the brighter colours, do tend to push further south, so it will turn a little bit drier as we go through the night Saturday into Sunday, Christmas Eve, which looks like a blustery day with plenty of showers packing in across the Highlands, the Northern Isles and the Western Isles. The showers a bit more scattered further south, but expect some to come through during the day. There'll be of rain, certainly at lower levels, maybe a few snowflakes over the hills, but generally it's the winds we're most concerned about on Christmas Eve, getting very lively across the northern half of the UK, potentially causing some power issues and again making for some disruption on the roads, particularly for high-sided vehicles and possibly some ferry routes also. Temperatures, again, on the mild side, so you can see the showers will be of rain when we've got double-figure temperatures, but again, it'll feel colder with those winds, which will continue to strengthen. Any snow lying across Shetland will be melting on Christmas Eve. What about the big day itself? Well, it could be a cold start, maybe a frosty start across northern parts of the mainland. Then this zone of rain looks like pushing northwards, and as it hits the colder air, that could generate some snow, particularly over hills, but perhaps even at lower levels across northern parts of the mainland. So you may actually still potentially get a white Christmas here, but further south it'll be too mild for that. It's just some showery rain, perhaps turning a bit brighter in the far southwest later on. As always, for details, particularly for Christmas Day, do stay up to date, and please do keep up to date with all of those warnings that we have in place over the next couple of days. Best way to do that, the app, or of course you can always get regular updates on our YouTube channels.